So some of you out there, you actually don't realize the level of sabotage that's actually gone on in your life. Like, a lot of people, I'm not going to say you're small-minded, you think small when it comes to the level of sabotage, but for some of you, you physically have a higher level of sabotage than you realize. And what I mean by that is, you might be limited to thinking, oh, like, my friends try to sabotage me, or my family tries to sabotage me, when in reality, there's a way bigger picture that I feel like for a lot of time you've been tunnel visioned on certain individuals or like a certain path, right? That you actually haven't taken the time to like step back and realize, like, yo, like, this could go all the way up. And I'm not necessarily saying government agencies, but I do mean like agencies that were created with the specific purpose of keeping like star seeds down, keeping humans down, keeping humans from reaching their full potential. And I always hate saying it because I feel like people talk about it all the time, but like real life, like cults, like things like that. But the message was like, you would actually be surprised how high up the level of sabotage goes. You would actually be surprised to find out, when this stuff comes to light, some of the things, some of the people, or the amounts of people is coming through. Physically, the amounts of people that had eyes on you, that had eyes on you, eyes on your situation, and their highest objective was to try and slow you down in any way, shape, or form. But what I mean specifically is, I mean the level that people have money, like people with money, like cash money, with resources that are expendable, right? With things that we really don't have access to. Like, I'll give you an example. For the past month, this actually is more like a recent thing that started happening. But it's happened before, where like basically I'll go into my email, right? And I'll see like a bunch of notifications from Indeed, and they're like good jobs. They are jobs that pay better than the one I make, like all this stuff. They are good jobs. And as soon as I go to click on them, they vanish. They're not in my archive. They're not in my deleted. They're not in my freaking junk. They're not in my spam. I made sure that like I have two-factor authentication on everything, so nobody can just log into my email. Nobody has access to my iCloud. I change the passwords and shit all the time. Like, and so how would 333, how would those just be vanishing directly off my phone unless someone actually physically had the means to do something like that? That's just like a general example that's been happening to me. But like, that's like the level of shit that I'm talking about. Like, you would be surprised the actual links, the actual reach that some of the people have that have been tasked with trying to keep you at the level that you are. And so this is the thing, right? You always hear readers, and you always see like the star seeds giving messages, and you always see like, oh, this famous person is watching you. They like what they see. They freaking they want to invest in you, but you never see the opposite side of that. You really never see the messages that are telling you that the people of higher status see you and they recognize you as a natural born leader, as someone that the matrix should really be threatened of, and that they then make it their mission, 444, to try to keep you at the level you're at. You never really hear those messages about the people of status, the people of authority. I mean, sometimes you do, that are putting all of their resources to use to try to hinder you so that you cannot elevate to the level they are or surpass the level that they are. Because they know that once you get in the viewpoint of the public eye, they know when you get to where God has for you, that things are going to change. People are going to start asking questions that they don't want people asking questions to. Because right now, like with a majority of the stuff, right, you could talk however much you want on social media. You can do whatever, right? People are gonna do whatever, but at the bottom of the day, they could just be like, oh, that's conspiracy theory. But when you have the right people, when you have key people in key positions speaking on the certain things, speaking on how to do this, and specifically trying to help people elevate through the slave matrix, there are a lot of people, there are a ton of people that do not want that to happen. And they are going to try as they might. Your back could be itching right now. To try and stop that from happening, because it's like a snowball, right? They know if you elevate, you're going to give people the keys, you're going to give people the tools to use, because you're already doing it. And so what's going to happen is, once you elevate to where you need to be, then the masses are going to have access to this information. The masses are going to see how you did it. And one by one, they're going to start basically elevating and breaking free from the system. And I'm not going to say everybody at the top, but there are a lot of people at the top who would not want that to happen. They would rather not have everybody be, millionaires, which could physically happen. They would rather everybody not be millionaires, work for themselves, have enough money to live free and all of this stuff. No, they would rather have a minority at the top with all the money, instead of the masses being able to live comfortably and thrive instead of just survive. Like they want the masses to survive. Not everybody, but they just want them surviving. They don't want them thriving. And so some of these organizations, some of these people, like, they know that when you get to where you're going, they know that when you hit how you're supposed to hit, that you're gonna shake shit up in the most, I was gonna say dramatic, in the most drastic fashion. You are going to shake shit up on the highest level, and they really are not ready for it. And I'm physically seeing right now, I'm seeing somebody's in a room, like they're with other people, and there's a picture of you, right? And I'm not trying to feed any delusions though. Like if you feel like you're going through like psychosis or something, and like I'm speaking to you right now and you're listening to this message and it's giving you like severe anxiety, or you're feeling like extreme fear, then get grounded. Like just pause the video, go meditate, go ground yourself. Because that's not what this message aims to do. This is informational messaging, right? This is a message for, like, you're gonna know who this is for, right? And this doesn't even have to be like someone that's, I wasn't gonna say like low level like me, but this could be somebody who has the influence of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, or even millions of people. Because there are people that millions of people know who they are, but they aren't like worldwide famous. And so like I'm physically seeing a group of people, and they're all like typical like shadow figures. They're all wearing suits. They all have sunglasses on, even though they're fucking inside. And there's like shade covering their faces, but I can see the fact that they have sunglasses on. It's almost like, like when they're doing interviews in certain shows, and they have like just a pillar of darkness over the person, but you could still see like their glasses and shit like that. It's almost like that. And they're sitting there looking at this photo, or they're like watching whatever it is, and they're like, yeah, this person is a real problem. I know y'all saw that. They're like, they're like, we need to do anything and everything that we can to try to stop this person from getting where they need to be. We need to try to create as much resistance as possible to try to get this person to turn around, because they know that they'll never be able to actually stop you, right? Like, they can see who has their hand on you, 10-10. They can see God physically has their hand on you. And so the only thing that they can try to do is sabotage you and slow you down. They can try to distract you. They could try to misdirect you, but they physically can't stop you, because God is going to get you exactly where he needs to be. But if you're making the conscious decision to veer off path, you know, and not go the direction, then it buys them more time. And so they throw money at people, technology, situations to basically either keep you somewhere you're not supposed to be, keep you entertaining situations that you're not supposed to be entertaining, keep you glued onto your devices, like stuff like that, when in fact you have mission, you have purpose. And so if this message is for you, then you would be very surprised at the hierarchy that is behind the sabotage that goes on in your life. But much love to everybody as always, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.